Yep.
Boom!
Wow.
JC Sheldon, that's cute. You want to poke her in the eye, then push her into a boom Mabry thing? Go ahead. I'll take a take foul, and you'll eat the deck a little bit here. And then we'll get it. I love it.
Pat McAfee unleashed absolute fury on Marina Mabry following her blatant and brutal assault on Caitlin Clark, a hit that left fans outraged and questioning the very integrity of the WNBA. Meanwhile, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert remains eerily silent, her refusal to speak out becoming more damning with each passing day. What unfolded on that court wasn't just a hard foul, it was a televised indictment of a league spiraling out of control. This wasn't an isolated incident. It was the latest flashpoint in what increasingly feels like organized chaos, masquerading as professional basketball. The silence from the league's top leadership has only amplified the frustration. Engelbert's failure to defend the sport's biggest star sends a chilling message that player safety, fairness, and accountability are optional in today's WNBA. What's even more disturbing is the apparent pattern of biased and incompetent officiating, which has gone unchecked for weeks. Fans are no longer just questioning missed calls, they're questioning whether the WNBA is still being run with integrity. If this is the new standard, then the foundation of the league is cracked beyond repair. And unless Engelbert acts now, the damage may become irreversible.
You guys do know Sophie Cunningham is a hitman, right? She used to do Taekwondo. In fact, she's a black belt. That's why she had her in the Muay Thai clinch. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to mess with Sophie Cunningham. They brought her in to be the enforcer. I didn't ever think it would be Sophie Cunningham, but apparently she's got mad skills, bro. And she can murk fools. She has the strength of a hyena, bro. I don't know what it is. She looks sweet and innocent, but she will come for your throat, bro. And I'm so excited because Caitlin Clark has someone to defend the throne for her, bro. The enforcer has arrived.
In this era of manufactured outrage and selective justice, facts have become as rare as competent officiating in any WNBA game featuring Caitlin Clark. Tuesday night's heated matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Connecticut Sun was yet another example of that growing dysfunction. What should have been a routine basketball sequence quickly devolved into something far more sinister, the sports equivalent of a premeditated assault. Marina Mabry didn't just commit a hard foul, she made a conscious decision to treat the rules of basketball as mere suggestions. With zero regard for safety, sportsmanship, or integrity, Mabry delivered a blow that looked less like competition and more like retribution. And once again, the officials looked the other way, just as they have time and time again when it involves Caitlin Clark. The silence from league leadership in response to these repeated attacks is deafening. How many more hits will it take before someone finally decides enough is enough? How many more times will Clark have to pick herself up off the floor before the WNBA enforces the same standards it claims to uphold?
Poking Caitlin in the eye, she walks up to her and bumps her chest on Caitlin, which is why Caitlin shoved Sheldon off of her, right? That's why she shoved her off, because she's sitting here bumping her chest after poking her in the eye. Sheldon in the wrong the entire time right here, and Caitlin getting her off of her, and then here come Marina Mabry shoving her. Why? Because your teammate is unhinged? Come on, man.
The sequence began with what looked like standard defensive pressure, JC Sheldon reaching in and poking Caitlin Clark directly in the eye. Clark, displaying the same competitive fire that's made her the undisputed face of women's basketball, pushed back, asserting herself after what was clearly a deliberate and dangerous contact. But what happened next took the moment from competitive to criminal. That's when Marina Mabry abandoned any pretense of basketball and transformed into something else entirely, a street enforcer masquerading in a WNBA jersey. She blindsided Clark with a vicious shove, sending her crashing to the hardwood in a moment that felt less like a foul and more like a message. This wasn't basketball. It was targeted aggression. And the message was loud and clear. Caitlin Clark is not just being played against. She's being hunted.
Win. What's crazy is this incident with Caitlin Clark that happened. So during the game, this is what started the whole. Well, I think it has started before this. They were playing scrappy the whole game. This team's very scrappy. It didn't really change much since Stephanie White left. You know, the new coach is doing the same shit as far as like scrappy physicality. This happened with Cece. So she got hit in the face, as you can see. She hit the shit out of her face. Like, she damn near punched the girl. Bumped into her. And then Marina, like, this is crazy, bro. And nobody got ejected for this.
The officials, displaying the kind of incompetence that has unfortunately become their trademark, spent a staggering 15 minutes reviewing what should have been the easiest ejection call in WNBA history. While Marina Mabrey's foul on Caitlin Clark was blatant and malicious, the referees somehow struggled to apply even the most basic rules of the game. It was a masterclass in hesitation and ineptitude. Pat McAfee didn't hold back in his reaction. "I don't like these cheap shots," he said. "She got poked in the eye. Cheap shots can't be happening. And it always happens." He continued, acknowledging the elephant in the room. Caitlin is certainly going to be a storyline. She's a star. She's a dog. And the WNBA is seemingly on the ride. But this isn't just about one bad call or one cheap shot. It's not even about just one star player being targeted repeatedly. This is where the story transcends ordinary basketball incompetence and crosses into the realm of institutional corruption, the kind that would make a banana republic blush. The lack of discipline, accountability, and leadership is no longer a side issue. It is the issue. The WNBA isn't just failing to protect its biggest draw, it's actively undermining the integrity of the game.
I don't like these cheap shots, though. She got gouged in the eye.
Yeah, big time.
Gouged in the eye.
It was an intentional eye gouge.
Did you see the fan cam? Smack right in the eye.
Dude.
Smack right in the eye. Here it is. Boom. Go back.
She gonna have to wear goggles for the rest of this?
Boom. Right to her eyes.
Some rec specs.
And
Boom.
then she bops her, too.
Then she bops her, JC Sheldon. And then Mabry comes in and goes, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I just got poked in the eye."
Rivalry's great. Rivalry is great for them.
I agree. Cheap shots can't be happening, and it always happens.
No.
Caitlin is certainly going to be a storyline. But with that being said, the Fever know that they're targets.
Yeah.
Caitlin understands it at this point. And I love that
Fever head coach Stephanie White said it best. Everybody's getting better, except the officials. But this isn't just about bad referees. It's about a league that has abdicated its most basic duty, to protect its players, apply its rules, and preserve its integrity. And when that fails, players like Sophie Cunningham step in. Cunningham, a black belt in Taekwondo since age 6 and a former high school football kicker, has now become Caitlin Clark's unofficial bodyguard. When she took down JC Sheldon with what analysts described as a bear hug takedown, it wasn't a basketball play. It was a warning. In a lawless league, justice sometimes requires force. The WNBA's response? Marina Mabrey, who blindsided Clark, received a technical foul, later upgraded only after social media outrage. Cunningham, who retaliated, was immediately ejected and fined. That double standard sends a clear message. Assaulting Caitlin Clark is low risk, defending her is high cost. That's not justice. That's a rigged system. And what's most revealing? Mabrey's complete lack of remorse. When asked during a live stream about her hit on Clark, her reply was flippant. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. That's not regret. That's entitlement. Her sister even posted the assault online with the caption, "Another day of us watching Marina do crazy SHD," asterisk, while their mother laughed in the background. This isn't competitive edge. It's a family celebration of violence. Even the Connecticut Sun's head coach tried to gaslight the public, claiming Mabrey was just trying to separate players. That's not just dishonest, it's delusional. There's video. There's context. There's intent. Let's be real. If this happened in the NBA, it'd be everywhere. But in the WNBA, we're told to stop being soft. We're told Clark deserves it. And yet, through all of it, the assaults, the corruption, the silence, Caitlin Clark keeps doing what she's always done, letting her game do the talking. In her return from injury, with the world watching, she dropped 32 points, hit 7 threes, dished 9 assists, and pulled down 8 rebounds. No whining. No theatrics. No social media drama. Just basketball. Her response to all this? Dominance. While the league creates chaos around her, Clark keeps her head down and makes the noise irrelevant. The more they try to drag her into the mud, the higher she rises. And fans see it. They pack arenas. She sells out stadiums faster than Taylor Swift or Morgan Wallen. She is, without question, the biggest draw in women's basketball and possibly sports. And yet somehow, she's the one being villainized. That's what makes Pat McAfee's takedown of Mabry so powerful. Because it wasn't just about one cheap shot. It was about a league that's losing its soul. When the most vocal defender of women's basketball is a former NFL punter, not the WNBA commissioner, you know the system is broken. The WNBA now stands at a crossroads. It can continue down Engelbert's path, a road paved with corruption, double standards, and cowardice. Or it can remember why professional leagues exist, not for personal agendas or manufacture rivalries, but to showcase athletic greatness. Caitlin Clark is that greatness. And if the WNBA can't see that, then maybe it doesn't deserve her at all.